I don't know. Who knows? Maybe. We'll see. That is a question. I think everyone can answer that with a firm no. Next question! Hey, it's Jay and welcome to today's video, which is gonna be a short Q&A because we reached 500 subscribers, so thank you so much for that. So I asked you guys on my Instagram if you had any questions to ask me, personal or art related, and we've got some good ones, so let's jump right into it. To just get some basic questions out of the way, I'm Jerusha. I go as it's JPay on social media. J and Pay are the first two letters of my first and last name respectively. J for Jerusha and Pay for Pereira, but it just makes sense to make it JPay instead of J Per, right? That makes sense. Yeah. I am 22. I am a second year student at the University of Moratuwa studying design. I live on the beautiful island of Sri Lanka. I also am an artistic swimming coach, a freelance illustrator. I also make music and write songs from time to time. I have my sister here with me behind the camera for extra dynamic, and she will be asking me the questions and I will be answering them. So let's go.
What is your favorite movie?
I think like most things, it kind of changes depending on what I'm interested or paying attention to in that specific moment. So right now, what has my attention is Studio Ghibli, the storytelling, the art style, colors, execution of everything Studio Ghibli. So currently, my favorite movie I would say is Spirited Away. That's kind of ironic because I literally hated the movie as a child.
What is your favorite food?
Japanese, anything Japanese. I love katsudon, so yeah.
Do you have a pet?
I don't have a pet, unless you count my sister's one.
Hey, what position do you sleep in?
That's a good question. You want to answer that?
Literally today I woke up and she was in the most awkward position, like her knee was bent, it was vertical.
So I went to wake her up to like get her to help me with this video, and the first thing she was like, do you know how you sleep at night? That was the first thing she asked.
You make me sound like a stalker who just watches you while you sleep.
Next question.
Can you dance?
No.
I can answer that and say no.
I think everyone can answer that with a firm no.
Do you like children?
Yes, I love children.
Coffee or tea?
Bubble tea.
She doesn't drink. What kind of weirdo doesn't drink anything during the day?
We live in such a hot country, so unless it's like iced tea or iced coffee, no.
Okay, what's your favorite Disney character?
Jasmine, my favorite all-time Disney character, because I just love how witty and intelligent she is. That is everything I aspire to be.
I'd say Mulan.
Mulan? Yeah. Mulan is a good one, definitely Mulan also.
Where is your favorite place at home?
The studio, definitely, like this room right here.
Who is your favorite Studio Ghibli character?
I love Studio Ghibli, but there are so many more movies that I need to watch. Shun from Up on Poppy Hill. Yeah.
What sports do you do?
I did only water sports because I had no balance on solid ground. I used to swim for a long time and we did it very competitively in middle school. We did artistic swimming as well, which is synchronized swimming. I'm a coach now. That was kind of the sport that I vibed with best and is a big part of my life.
Can you tell us about your art journey?
For me, I can't really say that there was a specific start. I've been drawing forever. I was kind of always known as like the art kid in class. Do you know what that means? Like,
yeah.
I definitely wasn't the only creative or like artistic person in class, not by a long shot. I definitely have been someone that has been identified and associated with art. And thankfully, my family and my parents have always been so supportive of us doing art. I never imagined that I would be an artist. Like even in my own mind, I didn't think of art as like a sustainable career. Like I said, I've always been drawing, and then when I turned 13, I started doing these like customized mugs with my sister for a couple of my Sunday school teachers. People really liked them and they kept asking, and then we started a little business called Kaya Creations. I means beautiful indie group. We started that and that was going on for a long time, until last year actually. And it was kind of like just while we were in school, my mom used to help out a lot, my dad used to help out a lot. I didn't really think of it too much beyond that because school occupied a lot of our time and energy. We were always at school. We used to leave home at like 5-6 in the morning, not come back till like 9-10. That was our entire life. So when I left school, I wasn't like entirely sure what I was going to be studying. I actually was offered a scholarship at the University of Tokyo to study international business and something else I can't even remember anymore. but then we decided not to because it was not the best direction, as nice as it sounded. And I decided to study design at the University of Monaco, which is a state university. I severely messed up my application, but somehow, by the grace of God, managed to get in. That was also the year that I got a iPad and I started being introduced to digital art and that kind of scope of the artistic world. But I think something that really changed my journey artistically, career-wise, as a person was starting uni and also the pandemic. I was exposed to these amazing people like my friends, my lecturers, and being surrounded by people like that really just opened my eyes to see how real this is and how stable of a career you can make it if you are willing to put the hard work and effort to make it happen. Thanks to that, I rebranded myself to It's JP, and I'm still in the process of that. I'm definitely still on the journey of discovering myself as an artist. Pandemic has not been great for anyone. I definitely will not say that. But it has definitely opened up opportunities for me that I never had before. I started creating comics on Webtoon. I started doing more Instagram art, improving my art style to another level. I don't think I could have achieved that if I didn't have the time at home to sit and work for hours and hours and hours on my art. Also started making more video content. YouTube right now would have never happened if not for these things. And I hope that me talking about this kind of helps you if you are thinking about making art a career. Be open to the possibility of taking that on and realize that this is a very real thing that if you love and enjoy and are willing to give your all to, can bring you so much joy and also stability. So that's kind of my art journey so far. But I'm also excited to see where it's gonna take me.
What do you do when you're not painting or drawing?
I'm thinking about painting and drawing. I wish I was kidding, but it's a continuous process. I'm always in my head, what can I do next? What is the next thing? Aside from that, I'm a full-time student, so university takes a huge chunk of my life, and trust me, there is always work to be done. I do all of that. I have my own personal work, other projects that I've taken on, art projects, commissions, things like that. And I also am an artistic swimming coach, as I mentioned. I also am very involved with our church work. I sing, I play guitar, and I write songs sometimes.
You also do read manga.
That's the stuff I do in my free time. I read manga, I watch anime.
You also work out. What kind of person wakes up at 6 o'clock in the morning and works out?
That's a very recent lifestyle
But
change.
It's still a lifestyle change.
Recently, meaning 5 days ago, I started waking up at 6 o'clock, sleeping at 10:30 and waking up at 6. A week ago, I would have been oh my gosh, I could never. But after doing it for 6 days, I'm I feel good about it.
What can illustrators study in Sri Lanka?
I think that kind of depends on what you are looking for. When I first started my degree, I thought I was gonna do fashion. My love for comic creation, anime, storytelling, for media, for communications in ways that are different to the straightforward, the conventional, kind of grew. Luckily for me, at my university, we do not need to specialize until literally today. We have 3 specializations. We can do fashion and lifestyle, media and communications, or product development and design. I'm doing media and communications. There's also a separate fashion design program at the Faculty of Engineering. You do have other private courses at AOD. There are a lot of different options. Another option that my sister was looking into was at AMDT. What is the question? Illustrators specifically, whether you want to do graphics advertising, storybook design, motion graphics, visual effects. There's a lot to choose from. Do a lot of research. Know what's out there because knowledge is power. The more you know, the better judgment and decisions that you'll be able to take pertaining to your life.
Will you ever create a comic book or a manga?
I do have a web comic on Webtoon called Stir Fried Feelings. I don't know if I would do a physical comic book or a manga. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe. We'll see.
Do you make money from your art?
Yes, I do. And trust me, there's a lot of opportunities out there for you to make money with your art.
Okay, what are some tips and tricks for beginner artists?
Again, I could make another video on this, so if you want to see one, let me know. Focus on your journey, what you like, what inspires you. And I know it's hard when you see maybe other people progressing faster than you, better than you in your opinion. If you compare yourself to what you were doing yesterday, trust me, you are going to be better. And if you keep at it, improvement, progress is inevitable. So you have to keep at your journey. That effort is going to take you places. Also, trust me, there is no such thing as I can't draw or like I wasn't born creative. There is nothing you can't learn. I am a strong advocate of that train of thought.
Where did you get your mirror?
Questions about furniture and things like that. Most of my furniture is from Timbete, which is a place in Moratuwa, a furniture like warehouse type of thing. Actually, my parents got. I'm not sure where they got it from. It was quite a long time ago.
Can you please tell us how you developed your art style?
That's such a large conversation that I wish someone had with me when I was first starting out, and it's hard to kind of navigate your way through that. It's something that everyone goes through. I am comfortable in my art style now. I feel like I've developed it to a point that it reflects who I am. Definitely evolving still, and it will continue to evolve. When you are trying to figure out your art style, you can start by doing is figuring out what you like. So you can do this by looking at other artists, the people around you, the information that is out there in the world, whether you like someone's line art, the way that someone colors, the use of colors, composition by someone else, the use of perspective, the use of anything, different mediums, different brushes, different techniques. There's so much information, so much that you can incorporate into your art style to make it your own, add your own flavor to it. And hear me out when I say you need to copy people. And when I say copy, I don't mean you blatantly like steal people's work, you make prints and you sell other people's work and like profit out of the hard work of someone else's. No, that's not what I'm saying. But when you are learning, tracing and mirroring someone's art style is not a bad thing. I definitely did that, I know. And a lot of people do that because that's how you improve. That's how you learn anything. You learn to speak by copying your parents or copying the people around you. So why is art style different? So that's what I mean when I say copy. Don't like steal people's work. Copying in the right way is not a bad thing. It's kind of like the Powerpuff Girls where you add like a bunch of things and you just get like a brand new thing. That's exactly what your art style is like. It's gonna be a combination of all of the things that you like with your own flavor and your own
unique touch.
Exactly, your own unique touch to it. And that's what I would say about art style.
Now we have the most important question that has to be asked. When are you taking your braces off?
Okay, so I've been wearing braces for 6 years now. 6 years. I honestly thought that I would have to wear it for like a year or two max, but no. So I'm actually getting my braces off at the end of the month, hopefully, if my dentist says so. She said I could take them off a year ago, but a year later, I'm still here. So thank you for sitting with us and having a little conversation. Maybe you can answer some of these questions, leave your answers down below so that we can get to know each other better and have a little
bonding session.
Maybe next time my sister can join us for a little sister Q&A.
Let us know in the comments.
Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.